Two beauties, both with vested interest in today. One brother-sister combination, and that's the wife of not this man. We're not going to marry Bob off yet. Bob just twirls the ball like nobody's business. He is a strong young man, and he throws pins everywhere. Tommy, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to thank you and Jen for so admirably manning the controls here and out working on the BPA float for tomorrow. Of course, the St. Patty's Day parade. Lost track of time. Absolutely no clue what's going on. I need somebody like Jen around to kind of help me out.
Yes, Tommy, actually he doesn't want to bring it up, but we drew straws last week, Jennifer, Tommy, and myself, and the short straw had to clean the limo for the parade, and that's...
And I'm out of luck. Or in luck, whichever way you care to look at it.
And I lost, and I sent it to my husband.
Lane 13, Riga Kalfas opens with a 10-pin.
He looks to pick that up, and does so with no problems.
Would like to thank World of Bowling for the Golden Ball contest. They, as all of our sponsors, have just been doing a fantastic job. World of Bowling, place where you want to go if you've got some equipment needs. Big Bob, right lane, lane 14, LaRu lanes, and look how he just kind of steadies it there, Tommy. He is strong.
For the folks at home, I mean, it's very apparent that Bob has a style all his own. Is that just something, Dave, I guess, when he started, he just developed?
Well, it's, you know, he's picked apart other people's games, and he's taken certain elements of those games and adapted it to his. And what you see is, you know, a little bit of the steadying ball, a la the spook, Carmen Salvino, you know. And then you see a little bit of the power players like the Steve Cook from the tour, that powerful rotation. His concentration was disrupted there. He's looking back into the stands.
Sometimes, yeah, we hear the crowd occasionally, you know.
We call that a balk, don't we? A balk, is that a balk?
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. But there is no one on base, so he's not in any trouble.
Opening day, 3 weeks away, right, Tommy?
Yeah, April. Whoa.
Holy Toledo.
Or in this case, Alexandria. This ball is going to show you what I just talked about. Can he twirl it up? Can he throw pins? Now watch the ball go through the head pin. Center your screen. It's going to go through that. Now the second pin it hits as a 3. Now watch the 5 right there. Zap out of here. Left side's annihilated. 10-pin was going down, but even if it wouldn't have been, we had a blocker coming across. That man throws one powerful ball.
And Bob Schoemer has started the match with 2 strikes. This is Riga Kalfas in frame number 2. He started the match with a spare, and 10 more down in the pit.
263 his first game, Tommy. The vintage Riga Kalfas that we're so used to seeing. 263 opener.
263.
Yeah. Kind of an odd number, you know. He lost a few more pins than count.
Right. That'll help the show average a bit.
Which, to date, as a matter of fact, is 221 through 48 games. Not too shabby.
Not at all. And like David said, a large part of that very high average is the man you're looking at, Riga Kalfas, our king 6 consecutive weeks, and was dethroned last week by Ron Pollard. But he wants to get another crack at it.
The left lane, the lane where he went wide in game number 1 and left the 3, 5, 6, 9, once more gets him the 3-pin this time. There you see it. Not a difficult spare at all. You actually have 22 inches of area to make most of the single pin spares that appear on the lane surface, and therefore no excuse to miss them.
Riga gonna look to pick up the spare, which David said should not be too difficult, and he doesn't have any problems.
Folks, when you're working at home on your spare game, and let me remind you, you have to work on your spares. Don't be one of these people that go out and practice and hit the button after the first shot. You want to work on your spares, and when it's a single pin spare, try to concentrate on hitting it dead in the middle of the pin. Don't just knock it down. Hit it dead in the middle. Look at this ball.
Wow. You talk about going wide. That might have been the widest shot I've seen this year to come back.
To hit this strongly, let's see if we can pick up what he did. Now watch, bottom of the swing, his wrist. Look at the cup wrist position. Now here, just straps the ball for all it's worth. It hits the second arrow. It goes out to the third board, Tommy. Watch this ball. Headpin's going to go to the left. The ball's just going to drive right through and take everything. What a shot.
He just flushed it. Take a look at the score.
3 frames, 3 strikes. We got a Thunderbird right now out in the parking lot, ready for Bob Schoemer.
And there's number 4. Yeah, he really is.
Concentration looks great.
So Riga Kalfas has got his hands full. You talked about that 300 and the folks from West Hills Ford once again.
Todd Schiller has brought us a beautiful Thunderbird, totally loaded. Lots of buttons and toys.
Why don't
My kind of car.
They ought to bring it for the announcers sometime. What do you think?
I think
I would have made it here a little bit
excellent.
more quickly, I think, in that this morning.
I think I might send the car around for you next week.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. Riga Kalfas. And no.
Ouch.
I tell you what a shot. Is he disappointed or what? What a ball. Solid shot. Let's take a look at the footwork a little bit of Riga Kalfas and then watch the stone 10. Now watch his foot. As he plants and throws the ball, the foot's straight, perfectly straight. Now, right there, after the ball leaves his hand and the weight transfers, his toe kind of points to the left to offset it. A little high in the pocket, no break coming off the wall, solid 10.
Dave, some of the bowlers we've seen this year, some get very close to the line, others are further away when they let the ball go. Does that have anything to do with success at all?
Not really, Tommy. Again, it's whatever's comfortable for you. Obviously, when a guy shoots a foul shot, you know, I'm sure they do the same thing. Don't know that much about basketball, but the line is there for a reference point. It's not really that important. An extra inch or 2 in length is not going to make a difference.
I think it's just whatever you're comfortable with.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, Bob Schoemer is very comfortable at this point. This is Riga Kalfas, but Bob Schoemer, it's just like kicking back on a Sunday afternoon on the couch. He's opened up with 4 consecutive strikes. There's Riga's first of the match.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do, too, with the fact he knows he's got a tough opponent, and the tough opponents are going to be right back after we look at a few important announcements from the sponsors.
At LaRu last week, Ron Pollard shot a .218, defeating champ Riga Kalfas to become our current king. Lee's famous recipe salutes Ron Pollard on becoming this week's King of Bowling.
Want to go bowling?
I'd be delighted.
Come on, get with it. Let's share the fun.
So far, in fact, that it's been a real challenge to keep up with all the changing facets of this great game. The ABC is the governing body for the sport as we know it. They draft the rules and then they enforce them. And in the past, they've had some difficulties in the consistency of their lane dressing rule. But the American Bowling Congress has taken a step forward to simplify one aspect for us. Now we have the option. Simply put, if the dressing is not applied past the 26-foot point on our 60-foot lane, it's okay. The crown or ratio of oil to dry from side to side means nothing. Anything goes for the first 26 feet. Well, almost anything.
Today's bowling tip has been brought to you by West Hills Ford.
Welcome back, and David Schoemer a commanding lead through 4.
Bob Schoemer's got the hot hand right now, and he's got as much area as he wants. That's pretty evident by the one shot. He got a little wide and just completely annihilated the rack.
Schoemer looks for his 5th consecutive strike, and down they go.
The commercial break had absolutely no effect on him. And the thing that startled me, Tommy, we looked at his sheet, and Jennifer, he's never hit a 300.
No, he sure hasn't. 298. He's been bowling since age 10. He started bowling at Western Bowl. And he bowls, this is a diehard fan now. You're going to have to talk to your wife again, Dave, right? Bowls 5 times a week, 5 leagues, and bowls the King of TV qualifiers every Saturday and Sunday.
Look
So
at
he's
this.
bowling every day.
50 to 75 games.
50 to 75. Get it.
Oh, well,
Well,
Hold
not
the
this
shot.
game. We're going to put that Thunderbird on hold for one more game.
That's right. The bird will be circling for game number 3. Bob Schoemer just pulled the ball up again. Unlimited area to the right. Why do bowlers pull the ball when you just have so much area to the right? Nobody knows. We're human, though, right?
that's exactly right. Wow. Oh, look at him. Did he get a break?
The side.
Not the way you want to try to make that at home, folks. Try to stay away from the rail shots.
Bob there talking to Charlie Goldfoos, our fine host this morning, and his daughter Kim,
Connie
who
Wagner.
just got engaged, by the way.
Yes.
Connie Wagner.
That's
Yeah,
right.
she did.
I know she did. Congratulations.
You mentioned Connie Wagner. He's here from the Hudy Brewery, Tony Plank, and Kenny Ewald from the Norkey Distributors. We'd like to thank them for coming out this morning.
Those guys are diehards out here.
They are
every week.
diehards.
Well, Riga Kalfas got some kind of opening, and that's the way you want to try to get right back in this match.
Well, when your opponent comes out of the starting blocks with the first 5, you know, that's going to have an effect on most people. But what we've talked about week after week, Tommy, is the intense concert. Look at his face. I think he's oblivious to the fact that he's bowling on TV or in a match play. I think all he knows is that he has to go from point A to point B and make a good shot and hopefully knock 10 pins down.
He's got to knock 10 down the rest of the way here. Riga Kalfas looking for back-to-back Ks, not going to get it.
I want to, we'll bring this shot up on the replay for one reason. He's great. He's been great. But watch, this ball gets down short right here. Not the loft that we're used to seeing out of Riga. About 1.5 feet or 2 foot shorter. The ball comes in. Now, at this point, he knows it's going to be high. He's going to try to break it up with his body English. And he does. He gets a break. Leaves a fairly easy spare, the 4-7.
Well, he was very lucky on that to break that up.
It seems like Riga's having problems, Dave, on lane 13, the left lane, which we're on here today at LaRu. Picks up the spare, but spares don't catch strikes, and Riga's gone through 7 frames.
Well, the pair of 13 and 14 at LaRu has yielded some very, very high scores over the years, Tommy, as was evident in Game 1 with the 260 Primo. Also, though, once in a while, it will play more competitively, give the bowlers a little bit of a challenge. But these two players are eating this place up. They're making it look at this.
You knew that was 10 in the bit when he let it go.
Exactly. And if we can pick it up on the replay here, the reaction you want to see on the 6-pin, let's isolate the whole focus of what we're looking at here on the 6-pin, which is a second pin from the right-hand side of your screen. Don't watch anything else but this. You want to see the reaction? Now watch this. Boom. Cross body block into the 10. The 6-pin's working overtime. Give him a bonus check.
Boy, now he got that one in way deep, like around 12 or 13, and the last one went out. That just shows you how much area he's got. Unbelievable.
You guys mentioned it. He just feels so comfortable out here today. And, you know, if you're Riga, what do you got to be saying?
Well, Riga knows that Schoemer is here to play. And Schoemer was here to play. 278, as you can see, striking out 7th through the 10th frame. Bone crushers, every one. Perfect except for the 6th frame. Riga Kalfas did not have it today, finishing with the big 5 in the 10th frame. But again, he'll be back. And 188 to 278, the championship round. We'll be right back.
Last week, during our untelevised Youth King of Bowling, Jonathan Baker shot a 650 with handicap at LaRu to become our Youth Bowler of the Week. Pepsi, the choice of a new generation, salutes Jonathan Baker.